I wish everyone a very good morning to one and all, and a warm welcome to everyone on this splendid occasion of Drone in School Challenge 2020. I am Tanya, and I am the host for the day. And with me is Mr. Frank. He is the tech support Frank in the Zoom meeting name, and it is our privilege to be steering this event today. I would also like to extend a very cordial welcome to our distinguished judges, Mr. George Kachami, Director of the CRID School of Academy, Art and Design at the American University of Dubai, and Mr. Costa Samaras, the Gulf Regional Sales Manager of Autodesk, Mr. Bibim Bobby from Drones in School, all of our finalists for the day, their wonderful teachers, their dear parents, and all the viewers present here today. So let us watch a short video on drones in school. Mr. Bibin, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Drone in Schools. It's a great pleasure to welcome all of you to Drone Design Challenge finale. We are very pleased to welcome our finalists who are selected from 200 students over 25 schools and 4 countries. Thank you each one of the participating school, partners, parents, and educators for being here with us today to support our finalists. Before we start, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to American University in Dubai and Autodesk for the support they have extended to us. Today, in this finale, each presentation will be just based on presentation skills, innovation, design, and practicability of the drone design. We will also be running a poll among all the audiences to select the most popular design after all the design has been presented. I do not want to take too much of your time. Once again, and warm welcome and all the best to our contestants. Over to you, Tanya.
Thank you, Mr. Bibin. Now we request our eminent judges to address the gathering. Over to Dr. George Kachami. Dr. George Kachami is the Director of the Center for Research, Innovation and Design, or CRID, at the School of Architecture, Art and Design at the American University in Dubai. He has served as the chairperson of the Department of Architecture, under which the program has received the NAAB accreditation. He is a professor of architecture, a registered architect, and a member of the Order of Engineers and Architects in Beirut, and an associate of the American Institute of Architects. Thank you, Dr. George Kachami.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here today on this exciting event. It's a pleasure to be among young, creative, and fresh minds of the future. Just give me a minute so I can share a quick presentation. I promise it's going to be very, very fast, just to give you a little bit understanding of why I'm here and what I usually do. I'm not sure if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to see the amazing work done by the student. We are all here to celebrate your effort. I can speak for myself when I say that how impressed I am with the new generation and their capacity to embrace technology at such a young age. In my days, and probably your parents can relate more to this than you, the closest I got to technology was a cassette tape and floppy disk. Now they are considered vintage. Today, I'll be talking briefly about some of my work that usually deals with gravity-defined design. That's very relevant, guys, with what you're doing. We all know gravity is a big word, as it is one of the natural phenomena, and we say the law of gravity because we all have to abide by it. However, throughout human history, always we wanted to defy it in a way or another, and today's competition is one of these attempts. No matter how advanced humans think they are, nature will always be the mother of all inventions and inspirations. It is the most omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscience teacher, and everything we discover has already been there in that same nature. We just have to closely observe and monitor it, so these discoveries are unlocked to us. I wanted to start, the presentation with this plate from the art forms in nature, which represent hummingbirds. These creatures are, nature's gift, and I see great deal of inspiration from them when it comes to drones. And every time I hear the humming of a drone, I cannot but remember these beautiful birds. Paul Brandt's quote is important to share with you today because it is important to always remind ourselves that limitations are in the mind and the sky is only the beginning. I also would like to tell the young minds here that no matter what you think about what you can accomplish, each and every one of you has a spark and can contribute to the collective body that we are all part of. And as long as there is a desire for your idea and a way to accomplish it, then this idea will materialize and become worthwhile. What I admire the most about the UAE in general and Dubai in specific is that this place truly manifests Mandela's saying that it always seems impossible until it is done. So please, whenever you feel demotivated and not wanting to continue, always remember this sentence and never give up on your dream of flight, no matter how difficult it may seem or look. So one might say, yes, making a drone fly is one thing, but a building, of course, it is something else and it's impossible. But, it seems one guy disagreed when he said, if you can levitate a train that weighed 50 tons, why not a house? And here where my challenging journey has started, you see, I always been fascinated by the celestial bodies, the moon, the sun, the stars, and always wondered how can something that massive be floating like this in our skies? Of course, then science explained many of these things, but it did not deter me from keep wondering. I was not the only one and will not be the last. Many before me and many after me will still be fascinated by that and will still contribute in this ongoing research on how we can defy gravity and liberate ourselves from it. One of the outcomes that took the attention of the public was Rising Oasis series of prototypes that I usually do, the spring, the river, and the waterfall. These series are prototypes that came out of the ongoing research that I'm conducting to date. The aspiration was to not stop at the idea, but to move forward and generate actual prototypes, actual models that kept growing in size, weight, and levitation. The exhibition of the spring prototype was in Venice in the context of the Venice Architecture Biennale. I'm not sure if you can hear the sound.
Also try and make a new share and click the share sound option.
Okay, so you're not being able to see, to hear? Okay, just give me a second. I'm sorry, I have to unshare and share again. Can you hear it now? So this is actually one of the exhibitions where it shows in Venice, it shows one of the prototypes floating. The other one that actually was done in here in Dubai Design Week. the third one is actually still ongoing, and the third one is we did a little bit of a different way of exhibiting it because of the pandemic and of the situations that we are all in. So we actually generated a prototype that was virtually built in a virtual city. And in that virtual city, you can actually use virtual reality and access it and see it one-to-one scale. And this gives a different experience because of the situation that we are in. So, and this is a small animation of it. At the end, I would like to, iterate that no matter the technology, technology change and evolve, the dream of flight will always persist. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kachami. Those designs were very inspirational, and I really look forward to being able to see some of these buildings and designs in the future. Now I will ask Dr. Samara, Mr. Samara, the Gulf Regional Sales Manager of Autodesk. Dr. Samara has over 32 years of experience and is a veteran architectural engineering and consultant, an AEC, and in the IT market, having international experience in all of these sectors. He has been with Autodesk for 22 years and has held several managerial positions, managing business and different territories across Europe, Middle East, and Africa. He is currently the regional manager for the Gulf region, predominantly Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and the UAE. Prior to Autodesk, Costas has cooperated with large multinational companies such as Hewlett-Packard, and I request Mr. Costas to please address the meeting.
Thank you, Danya. So welcome students, parents, teachers, schools to the drone design challenge. We're all proud of the hard work that the students have done. And in the next 10 minutes, I would like to take you to a journey of the wonderful and amazing world of design. So I will try to start with a couple of cool videos for all of you guys, all about Autodesk and what Autodesk can do for you and the world of design. And that's the second video, all about Autodesk and what customers of Autodesk are designing, are building and making. That was two cool videos, guys, and I thought I put it on so you can make you a little bit excited about the wonderful world of design. So what's our company is doing, and what's our vision is to help people imagine, design, and create a better world. And we're doing this by the tools, by the software tools that we provide to our customers. And you've seen in the videos all the what our customers have made. So most likely you have all experienced Autodesk technology, our software. Besides Tinkercad that you're using and you're making, and you made all the wonderful drones, I'm sure that the schools, most likely the schools that you're going, the buildings that you're living, the malls that you're going, the bridges that you ride over, the cars that you're riding, the films and the movies that you're seeing. For instance, yesterday I watched Wonder Woman that was made by using Autodesk software technology. Okay, all of you have experience to our technology. Let me take you a little bit of how we started. We started back in 1982, okay, and we are 16 employees, 16 engineers created the company, and we have only one software. If your parents are an engineer, or any of your parents are engineer, you'll understand, they'll know our company, and we have a flagship product called AutoCAD, which still exists, and it's the most popular design software in the world. And Dr. Kaciani mentioned about floppy. This is the floppy. I'm sure you guys have not experienced floppy. And this is very old. This is called a computer, a very old computer with two floppies. You may have not seen it. Okay, back in 1982, when I was a student as a computer science, I started my computer studies with using this type of computers, the first IBM personal computer. Right now, we are about, as a company, we're about 14,000 employees worldwide, and we have more than 300 design software available, and Tinkercad is one of them. Now, what Autodesk is doing for education, and I have quite amazing and exciting news for all the students, the parents, of course, the schools, and the teachers. So our contribution to education, we provide free access to all our software, and the software is very professional type of software. All our software is free of charge for all students, either high school students or primary students or university students. All our software is free of charge to download. We have free learning resources, okay? And we provide free training for teachers, for educators. Also, we have several workshops and competitions, and we have created a student expert program, as well as we provide some sponsorships. So please, for all the students or teachers or parents, please write down this site or come in touch with me, autodesk.com/education. So you can join today. In this session, you'll be asked, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to register, and then you can download free of charge all our software, which is absolutely for free. So, and you can join a community of more than 12 million students like you in our community, and you can be part of it. Let me give you an example. My son, when I was 13 or 14 years old, I asked him to join the Autodesk educational community, and he downloaded our software. At the age of 13, if I'm not mistaken, he made his first, he designed his first robot And then he made his first animation movie with a dragon with flames over flying over castles. So in the age of 13, more or less the same age like you, or a little bit older, and he had no help from me whatsoever. He mastered the software within 7 or 10 days by himself. Now he's 90 years old in the US in the university, and he's designing his own prosthetics for kids. So, so all the kids, all the students worldwide are fully inspired by our software, fully engaged by the solutions that we provide, and are preparing for the future to come, and they have a bright future moving forward. And let me give you some examples of what students have made. And those are very complicated designs. Students in the age like you, okay, the same age, have designed these these models, and they're quite complicated and amazing work that they have done. Some tools, as you can see. Also, some furniture. This is advanced design here. In terms of transportation, you know, some students were inspired by the movie Star Wars, okay, or some drones that they designed. In terms of robotics and prosthetics, they designed this type of designs, and some engines. Okay, that's all prototypes designs by students worldwide at the same age as you are. And in terms of some animals. And I would like to close with another video just to urge you that nothing is impossible and you can design everything. I'd like to thank you all, and I'm sure please download our software, and I'm sure that you can design and make anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samaras. It was great to see all the practical and daily uses of your products that we have in everyday life. It really is inspiring and engaging how we do interact with AutoCAD's products. So now it is finally time for the moment that we have all been waiting for, the battle of the drone designs. So first I would like to ask the primary category of students to begin their presentation. Before we do begin the presentation, please ensure that your name in your Zoom profile is the same name as your presentation, and you are off mute when you are talking. Let me share my screen and we will get underway.
Good morning, judges and audience. My name is Arnav Bhargava and I'm from grade 5, GEMS Modern Academy. Next, please. The Savior drone. The Savior would be the perfect 2 by 2 meters tireless companion for disaster relief teams. It can airlift people from various terrains like mountains, deserts, and water. It can also be used to support firefighters in dangerous and inaccessible places. But please note that firefighting is a secondary use of the Savior. The Savior can airlift people up to 150 kgs in a detachable capsule with inflatable landing pads for any emergency, for flood or water rescues, and will have a thermal scanner camera, a GPS tracker, and a parachute for any emergency during the rescue mission. The drone can store up to 150 liters of water in the detachable capsule when going on a firefighting mission and can be attached with water tubes for a major mission. The flight controller, back please. The flight controller will have an option to remotely open a staircase so that the person can easily enter the capsule and uh, once the drone lands. Next slide, please. Here are some of the details of my drone. The Savior will be a hybrid X drone with just 2 extra rotors, which will make it a hexacopter from a quadcopter for better stability, and so it can carry more weight. It will be using the underslung and separate arms frame. The Savior will be having the following components. It will have one drone frame, 6 motors, one flight controller, 6 propellers, one battery that can run for up to 8 hours if it is fully charged, one transistor, one receiver, one thermal camera, and one GPS tracker. Next slide, please. So as you can see, there's some tube-like structure which is basically going to be used to spray the water. Then you can see an antenna, which is basically the receiver. Then you can see the 6 propellers. After that, you can see those 6 legs under the capsule, which is basically the inflatable landing pads. And that tiny camera over there. And next slide, please. Now over here in the first picture, you can see there's a tiny circle at the extreme bottom, and above that there is an even bigger circle. So that is basically for connecting the water pipe for the firefighting mission. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Arnav.
Well,
Arnav, my apologies. Thank you. Well done. Now I would like Ahan to get ready for your presentation.
Good morning, dear friends, teachers, and judges. My name is Ahan Ladani from Chance Modern Academy, Dubai, grade 5C, and I want to help make our mountains cleaner and trash-free. Next slide. Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world, but it is also called the highest garbage dump in the world. Every year, hundreds of climbers conquer the high peaks but leave behind tons of trash, which include empty bottles, cans, plastic bags, and discarded equipment. In 2019, a cleanup expedition removed 12,000 kilos of garbage from Mount Everest in just 45 days. Manually cleaning of the Everest is extremely challenging and time-consuming. This is where technology can help. Introducing Evercopter. Next slide. Evercopter is a drone designed to fly high-altitude places like the Mount Everest. It's a square box-shaped octocopter with 8 motors and 4 blade propellers. The propellers are made of carbon fiber and placed inside a safety casing with cross-beam arms for stability to withstand harsh weather and high winds. The motors produce enough thrust to lift the drone to high altitudes where the air is thinner. The drone has a flight controller, battery, transmitter, GPS, etc. inside a leak-proof shell case to keep electronics safe from rain, snow, and less than 0-degree temperatures. The high-capacity battery gives long flight time, and solar cells recharge the battery. Next slide. The drone has a movable camera to navigate and identify trash on the mountainside. It has two robotic arms, one to pick up trash and the second arm to hold the trash bin. The drone can carry a bag full of trash safely without causing any environmental damage. Avocopter is programmed to map the mountain area using GPS and fly on its own, avoiding obstacles and pick up trash it spots in the targeted area. It will fly back to the charging base once the payload bin is full or the battery is low. If lost, the GPS signal, neon colors, and LED lights will help us get it back easily. Next slide. We can create swarms of avocopter which can clean large areas quickly with almost no human effort. I think this is the way forward to save our environment in a clean, non-polluting way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ahan. Next, I will ask Alan to step up and start your presentation. Alan, over to you. Alan, are you off mute?
No, I'm on mute.
Okay, I can hear you now. Have you got your camera on?
Yes.
Great. Let's begin your presentation.
One minute.
Okay, Alan, how are you going? Okay, we may have lost Alan for the moment, so we will go to the next presentation and we can circle back to Alan at the end. So let's go to Aliyah. Aliyah, can you please step up for your presentation? Aliyah, please go ahead. Aliyah, can you hear?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Good morning. I'm Ali Najim Nawaz from Ali Engineer School, Grade 6. Today, let me introduce you to my drone design, the Escape, the dual-mode smart car, which is the future of transportation. Next. The main objective of my drone is to ease human life. I have incorporated artificial intelligence, robotics, augmented reality, Internet of Things with scope of many more latest technologies. The highlight of my drone is to save human life in accidents and in emergencies. Next. The shape-shifting technology. With sensors and Internet of Things attached to the wheel can smartly shape-shift on demand. Thus, it can hover through terrains like racetrack, desert, mountains, etc. We all must have experienced Dubai traffic or traffic in general. While waiting, we all must have imagined our cars flying above and beating the traffic. Yes, that's exactly what I have used in my drone design, the drone mode. In the drone mode, the wheels change into propellers with just a click of a button and it can fly in the air. So the next time you are late for a meeting, just use the drone mode. The drone mode can also be of help in emergencies, which I will mention in the safety features section. Next. Plasma thruster propulsion can help the drone move in a relatively high speed. So that means if I want to go from my place, Aline, to Dubai, it will take me approximately 3 minutes. Isn't that cool? My car is equipped with augmented reality displays that project the speed of the vehicle, GPS routes, and by even projecting the obstacles or vehicles ahead, at the side, or in other angles the driver needs to know of. The AI-enabled camera has various purposes. First, to detect obstacles while hovering. Second, to observe climatic conditions and make decisions. Say it is raining or there's a windstorm. In this case, the drone can smartly make decisions whether to fly, to go to driving mode, or to park it. Third, ensure safety while landing. With computer vision, the drone detects the terrain and makes a decision autonomously for safe landing. Next. In car mode, when it detects a collision ahead, the AI with help of sensors activates the drone mode. But in case a collision happened, the AI drone will activate what I call the flying safety pod, which secures the driver and flies to safety. This is the inspiration of naming my dual mode smart car, the Escape. The driver's seat and steering wheel are equipped with biosensors. This will help in saving the life of the driver in case of emergencies like heart attack, low or high blood pressure, drowsiness, whereby the drone mode is activated and flown to the nearest hospital. So that's it for my dual mode smart car, the Escape. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. That was a wonderful presentation. Now it looks like we do have Alan back. So let's get Alan back to the presentation. And Alan, can you come off mute and say hello? Just come off mute. There we go. Over to you.
Good morning, my name is Alan Shankar. I'm in grade 5F in GEMS Model Academy. I have designed a 3D model of a quadcopter drone in Tinkercad. The main purpose of my drone is to help the police department in many ways. The police can send the drone to the sky to collect evidence from angles that were previously impossible without an expensive helicopter. The drone rescues are becoming more and more common each year. They are particularly useful at night when fitted with thermal cameras that pick up heat signatures. They can use this drone for managing traffic during rush hours or crowded events and can map out the entire city. It can be also used for search and rescue for locating missing people and animals. My drone consists of 4 motors, an X-frame, 4 rotors, 4 two-bladed propellers, a camera, an accelerometer, an altimeter, and a landing gear. My drone can be controlled with a joystick and a GPS system with a ground station controller or a smartphone app, allowing the user to fly the drone and keep track of this drone. The drone transmits the video from the camera below the drone to the controller or the mobile device. My drone relies on its rotors for its vertical motion. It uses its rotors, which consist of propellers attached to it. My drone propellers are made of plastic, and two of those motors move clockwise while the other two move anti-clockwise. This principle also applies for moving forwards and backwards. The accelerometer saves the drone's speed and direction, while the altimeter tells its altitude of the drone. Moreover, another important feature of my drone is built in the camera that helps the user to see difficult locations for search and rescue operations. My drone has a fixed landing gear which gives a full 360-degree view. Antenna of this drone stops the problem of multipath effect and blind angle. Next slide. As you can see, I have a two-bladed propeller, a nut that holds the propeller to the motor, an antenna, and a fixed landing skid below the drone. Next slide. I also have a fixed frame and a camera below the drone. Next slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. That was a wonderful presentation. You are now welcome. You're now welcome to go back onto mute, and I will jump to Chanuka. Chanuka, may I ask you to come off mute, turn on your camera, and we will get your presentation underway.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Chanuka, and I am in Year 3 in the Winchester School WB. Today, I will present
Chanuka, you are on mute if you are talking.
So,
Great.
My drone is intended to discover new species of birds in a creative technique so that it will interest more people in rescuing the environment. Because of its brown and green colors, it can blend in with the habitats of birds so they will not recognize it as a foreign object and escape. It is a multi-rotor type drone because then it will have no difficulties when someone is controlling it, and it will have more stability. It has two blade propellers for agility and an X-frame for speed, and both of those will come in useful if it's following or escaping the birds. The battery is a relatively heavy object in comparison to the other components, so it is placed in the middle as there is lots of space. The camera has underslung design so that the view will not be disturbed by any other component. It is a lightweight drone design as a multi-rotor drone cannot support much weight. Next. The sensor, this is the top view of my drone. As you can see, the sensor is accommodated at the top so that it will not miss out on sensing any direction. And it has two blade propellers for extra agility. Next. This is the front view. The X-frame gives the drone more speed, which might be useful in several situations. And the camera has an underslung design to not have its view disturbed by components of the drone. Next. This is the side view. The legs are designed to spread the landing impact equally throughout the drone to reduce the possibility of braking. They can also be called landing skids. The battery is in the middle so that the stability of the drone will not be reduced. Thank you.
Chanuka, thank you so much for your presentation. I will ask Dhruv to come up now to start your presentation. Please come off mute. Turn on your video camera and we will get your presentation underway. Dhruv?
Excuse me, it's Dhruv. Okay, sorry. Okay, Dhruv, you can unmute.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dhruv Shah. I'm studying in James Avron Indian School in grade 6. Today, I'm going to present you my drone. Next. My drone name is Explosives Detecting Drone. The main purpose of the drone is to detect explosives. I have chosen an octocopter design because I need more stability to carry the equipments. I have used two blade propellers so that there can be enough lift thrust and it doesn't use much of the battery power. It uses two 22,000 mAh battery to power the drone. One of them is to power the drone's equipments like the motor, etc., and the other one is to power the equipments used to detect the explosives. Total weight of the drone is 6 kg, including the equipments. It has a total lift capacity of 11 kg and a total flight time of 10 to 15 hours. The important thing about the drone is that it can not only detect explosives, but it can also defuse some of them. In the case of a landmine, if it detects a landmine, it will drop a squib bomb and destroy the landmine. Next. This is my drone model. Next. These are the components of my drone. There's a radio frequency antenna so that there will be no issues in the range of the frequency. I have used 30 MHz frequency so that it can travel longer distance without any range problem. Then there's a solar panel. It gives extra charge to the drone even during the flight. I have used 500-watt motors so that there can be enough lift thrust for the drone. Then I have used two bladed propellers to produce the lift. Next. These are the components used to detect the explosive. First, the drone will scan an area using infrared laser pointer through a laser filter which will expand its beam like a scanner to scan more radius. Then, if the laser pointer will hit the residue of the explosive, it will react with it and it will produce a fluorescent light. The fluorescent light can be detected by the laser sensor and recorded into the spectrograph for later analyzing. Whenever it detects an explosive, it will send an alert and a GPS location of where it was found. The photo of the same can be taken by the Hasselblad camera for better clarification of it. And then there's a sound system in which the loudspeaker will produce ultrasonic sound waves, which is a very high frequency sound wave that human ears cannot hear. When the sound wave will hit the residue of the explosive, it will produce a variation. The same can be detected by the sound sensor, and it will send an alert and a GPS location of where it was found. And the same is recorded into the acoustic analog recorder for later analyzing. And there's a metal detector. It is used to detect landmines more accurately. But since it's a metal detector, it will detect every metal. So it has to match with the loudspeaker system, then only it will send an alert. When it detects a landmine, it will drop a squib bomb from the squib bomb's container over the landmine and ignite the squib bomb, which will destroy the landmine and clearing the area and safe for humans. My target of this drone is to save people's life who gets affected by explosions due to explosives. Next slide. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Dhruv. That was a great presentation. Next, I will ask Ashal to turn your camera on, unmute yourself, and you can begin your presentation when you are ready.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ishal. I'm from James Avron Indian School and I study in grade 4. Next slide. Today I'm going to be presenting to you my Scorpio cleaner. When I'm outside, I see people hanging from buildings and trying to clean them. So I have designed the Scorpic Cleaner to do it instead of humans. The Scorpic Cleaner is designed to clean skyscrapers and buildings. It replaces the risky job of human workers cleaning skyscrapers manually. Since it runs on solar energy, it will be able to do more efficient cleaning while consuming less energy. It is developed for a vertical takeoff and landing. The Scorpic Cleaner makes use of highly efficient cleaning materials which can cover a lot of area while using a low quantity. The expandable hose system connected to the tail of the Scorpic Cleaner supplies it with water from a tank on the ground needed for cleaning. Next slide. These are a few pictures of the Scorpic Cleaner. Next slide. These are the features of the Scorpic Cleaner. At the bottom, we have a landing gear and 6 lifting motors. At the back, there's a socket for an expandable hose, and on the top, there's a solar panel. At the back, there is the extendable tail, which has 2 components, the vacuum motor and the rotating cleaner lobe. The eyebrows are chemical sprayers and the surface sensors are the eyes. Next slide. That is everything to know about my Scorpic Cleaner. Thank you.
Thank you, Eshal. Now, next I would ask Jarandana to please join us to start your presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
My apologies. 43. There we go. Go ahead, please.
A very good morning to all of you. My name is Janardana from James Avron Indian School, Dubai, and I am studying in grade 5. Next, please. Today I am going to be talking about the drone which I made in Tinkercad. It is called the Aerial Medic Hybrid VDOL drone. Now I am going to give an overview of it. This drone is specially designed for emergency medical services. The drone will also play a major role in the middle of war by providing medical assistance to soldiers when it is difficult for people to come in middle. So the soldier can help himself, and an on-duty doctor can assist him through audio and visual camera. The drone is also designed to help civilians in road accidents with quicker medical assistance. The nearby civilian can help the victim before the ambulance arrives. An on-duty doctor can assist them through audio and visual camera. The drone is designed for vertical takeoffs and landings, also known as VTOL. The drone is capable of full autonomous flight without data links. The drone will run on solar power and also has an auto switch feature to the stored battery charge. The drone has a capacity of max 2 kg payload and detachable medical kit with biomagnetic power. Next, please. This is the design of the Aerial Medic Hybrid VDOL drone, which I made in Tinkercad. Next, please. These are the technical details of the Aerial Medic Hybrid VTOL drone. It has a rear propeller, a horizontal tail, 6 lifting motors, 2 wings, the left and the right, a solar panel on the top, an emergency medical kit with a payload capacity of max 2 kg underneath. It also has a programmable secondary board computer, 4G LTE, situational awareness camera with advanced safety and fail-safe features with audio assistance. The drone can fly up to 30 kilometers of data and video links and 4G LTE data and video links for unlimited range, capable of full autonomous flight without data link. Next, please. Here are a few pictures of the Aerial Medic Hybrid VTOL drone in different directions. It is very aerodynamic, so it can go faster than an ambulance. This drone will be very helpful for saving many lives. As we all know, the most important thing for us is to save lives. Thank you, everyone. And my special thanks to the drone school teams for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Jarandana. Very good presentation. Great. Next, I will ask Layan, please put yourself on camera, ready to unmute, and I will hand you over for your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. My pleasure to present in front of you today. My name is Layan and Miss Kenny. I'm 10 years old. I'm from Oman and I live in Bahrain. I'm in 5th grade and I study in Nassim International School in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Next, please. Life is a very precious gift and it's full of blessing and happiness. But life can be difficult sometimes. And in this year, we experienced a lot, especially with COVID-19. We couldn't reach our loved ones and we miss communicating with each other. My idea is to use today's technology to spread happiness and hope while staying safe and protecting ourselves and others. My drone flying smile is my idea of reaching out to cheer others who are having difficult times, such as children in hospitals, people in shelters, and also loved ones in quarantine. Next, please. The Flying Smile is a remote-controlled multi-rotor drone. I designed it to look friendly and colorful. Next, please. It has a camera, a projector, speakers, and a built-in microphone. It can make video calls and play videos and songs. It also has a cargo bay that can deliver gifts and items. It can deliver gifts and presents to children for their birthdays, along with playing songs and cheerful videos. It can be used for surprise parties and also a mini mobile cinema. It can also be used to send items and gifts to people who cannot be reached in traditional ways. Healthcare and relief workers can use it as well as whenever organization and even relatives and friends. It will next please. It will help us say that we are here for each other. We are strong together and we will share this beautiful life with you. After all, the joy of living is giving. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Layan. Very good presentation. Next, I will ask Ishan to please step up. Please turn your video on, come off mute, and you may begin your presentation.
Yes. Hello, my name is Ishan and today I'm going to be presenting my fixed wing hybrid VTOL firefighter drone. Next. I study in the school GMA. I am 9 years old and I'm in grade 4. Next.
Ishan, you can unmute.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, overview. My fixed wing hybrid VTOL drone has many features. It has 6 rotors to hold weight and fly high enough. It has 2 more for it to move forward. It has a tank holding water which would be used to extinguish the fire. It has a camera which is for the person controlling the drone to see where the drone is going, if not seen by the naked eye. The advantages of this drone is that it can fly high enough. and it doesn't need any big runway as it has vertical takeoff and landing. The disadvantage of this drone is that if a rotor gets damaged, it may have a rough landing. Next. Over here you can see it has a sked for it to have a perfect landing and not a rough one if all components are clean and not like damaged. It has a tank that can hold at least um, uh, um, a lot of water that will be enough to extinguish fire. It can go high enough to reach a skyscraper, and it has a camera for the controller to see where the drone's going. Next. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishan. Well done, a good presentation. Great. Next, we will jump to Manya. Please unmute yourself, turn your camera on. Manya, are you there? Great. The presentation is over to you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Manya Sabhani, and I'm from Gems Modern Academy, Dubai. Today, I will be telling you about the Coastal Savior, which is a drone that I've designed. Recently, I was going through the news and I found a very interesting headline. Next, please. It was about two whale sharks, an adult and a juvenile one, that were found wearing in Abu Dhabi. They were rescued after that. Whale sharks are an endangered species. The UAE has a vast coastline, which extends up to 1,318 kilometers. And in the waters swim more than 2,270 endangered species. Now that's a lot. Few of them being the hawksbill turtle, the dugong sea cow, and of course the whale sharks. Another incident I would like to cite is when a young hawksbill turtle that has been classified as critically endangered was found at a coastline in Abu Dhabi. It was given life-saving treatment. This intrigued me, and I thought, how would such species be saved if they weren't accidentally spotted like that? This is where the Coastal Savior comes in place. It will go along the coastline, monitoring it carefully at any time, day or night, and it will alert us if any of the endangered species have been spotted. Now, I will tell you about the functions and the parts of my drone. Next slide, please. Let's start. This drone has 4 propellers. Each propeller has 4 blades. This will keep it stable but also lightweight. Around the brain of the drone, we have a thin ring, which will keep the brain of the drone a little safe in case it bumps into anything, and it will also keep the drone stable. This drone would require maximum stabilization since we will be operating near the sea, where there's a lot of sea breeze. Apart from that, we have landing skids with pads at the bottom to ensure a safe landing and to make sure that the camera under the receiver is always safe. Next, please. This is an underslung drone. That means most of the important equipment, like the camera, will be under the drone, under the receiver that is. The oval black thing is the receiver or the brain of the drone, where we will feed in images of the animal that we are trying to track. This drone would capture images of specific species to ensure that there is no miss. This will help us save as many species as possible. We also have sensors at the top, which will stop the drone from bumping into birds like seagulls over the sea. This is all for my drone. With this, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you, respected judges, teachers, and friends, for your time. Any questions?
Introduction.
Thank you so much, Manya. It sounds like a very interesting drone for saving marine animals. I will hand over to Osman. Please unmute, turn your camera on, and I hand the presentation over to you.
Hello, my name is Osman Filmes and I'm from American School of Creative Science, grade 3A. Next, please. Overviewing my drone, Patrolcopter. My drone's name is Patrolcopter. Its job is to help police patrolling dark areas of cities in the night so people can walk freely and safely. This drone is a multi-rotor drone, quadrocopter type. It has an stretch X shape frame and 4 propellers. Also, it has 2 long-lasting batteries and also a night vision camera. Also LED, which will give a signal when danger is detected. I hope it will be really useful. Next, please. Frame type, stretch X shape frame. Next, please. 4-blade propellers. 4-blade propellers for the highest thrust. I chose 4-blade propellers so it will generate the highest thrust so it can go for up high altitudes. Next, please. Right side and back view. The first one is the right side view and the second picture is the back side view. Next, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Osman. Well done on your presentation. Next, I would like to ask Vishruth to step up, turn your camera on, come off mute, and I will hand the presentation over to you. Please go ahead.
Good morning, parents, teachers, judges, and all those who have joined us today. My name is Vishruth Vignesh, and I am from Oak Ridge International School, Newton campus in Hyderabad. Today, I will be presenting you all my drone VDTH111. But before we get into the design aspects and technical features, let's have a quick overview on what my project is and its significance to today's world. Next slide, please. As we all may know, organ transplant is a very important process that can give a person a second chance to live. But there are many challenges in making it successful. One amongst the challenges is safely transporting the organ as quickly as possible. Between 2014 and 2019, more than 170 organs could not be used and almost 370 endured near misses due to transport delays. The idea behind my drone is to make an effective way of transporting the organs through drone technology. My drone enables a more efficient, faster, and safer journey to the organ. It has a weight capacity of up to 6 kg and it can travel for 45 minutes with a full charge. It has a case on the bottom that will hold the organs cooler. It is made of steel to ensure a safe ride and protect the organ. Next, I will give you a more detailed explanation on the design aspects of the drone. Next slide, please. I have decided to use an electrical battery for my drone, which is located on the reverse plus sign and takes approximately 45 minutes to charge. There are 2 LED lights, red and blue, to signify that this is a medical drone. I have chosen to use the brushless DC motor instead of the normal DC motor as it is lightweight, small, and powerful. Next slide, please. This is the steel case that comes with a lid that holds the organ box. There are 2 pairs of shock-absorbing landing legs to ensure a safe landing. Everything is evenly distributed so that the drone doesn't tilt either side. Next slide, please. The propellers have 4 blades that will give the drone more stability and protect the contents. This model with a full charge will be able to fly for 45 minutes. Next slide, please. I would like to end the presentation by saying that the right idea will fly. And make
Thank you so much, Vishruth. Thank you. Next, I would like to ask Yassine to please step up, turn your camera on, unmute yourself, and I will reset the timer. Over to you, Yassine. Please come off mute. There we go. Over to you.
Hello, my name is Yassine. I am from Star International School. I am from year 5. I am 9.5 years old, and I am the designer of the Hybrid X drone. Next, please. I chose to design the Hybrid X drone since it can go fast and can lift heavy weights for delivery. It has 6 propellers to make it stable during flight, especially in windy situations. However, I added other design features such as rings around the blade to protect the drone from falling if it hits an obstacle during navigation. I added a camera to the front side of the drone to help controlling it from a distance. It also has a solar panels which will keep it running for a long time and prevent it from falling in case of low battery. Next. Here is it from the top view. We have solar panels on top. There is no need to land and replace the battery pack and has a longer flight time. It is suitable for long distance flight missions such as delivering parcels. In the front view, we have a fisheye camera which captures a wide angle view. The pilot can view the surroundings and fly the drone from a distance. It also captures photos and videos. From the backside view, contains components necessary for flight, such as a slide-in battery pack. Motherboard, it has a radio antenna to receive signals from the controller, and a GPS system to locate where the drone is and return to home position when mission is complete, and auto land in case of emergency. Next slide. My drone can be used for delivering packages faster, and because of the hexacopter powerful motors, it can be used to discover hazardous and remote places without which cannot be accessed by humans. It can record and observe surroundings. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my information.
Thank you, Yassine. Very well done. Very well done. Now, I would like to put a call out to Yuvan. Yuvan Govindaharaj, are you here? If you are here, please change your name to match your presentation name. Yuvan, can you come off mute and let us know that you're here?
Yuvan, can you please raise your hand virtually?
Well, this does, Frank.
Yeah.
Frank, this does bring us to the end of the student presentation, so I will stop sharing. I would like to give everyone a big round of applause. You all did really great, engaging presentations. This does bring us to the end of the primary category. We will now conduct an online poll to vote for the popular designs for the most popular design in today's presentation in the primary category. Shortly, you will see a poll pop up on your screen. So please select your number one design. Bibin, do you have any words to give to the primary category?
No, it was actually an amazing presentation. We have seen a lot of nice designs from all the students, and thank you all for this wonderful presentation. And I hope all our audience would vote for their favorite drone design. You will see in your screen now option for you to vote. Please go ahead and vote for your favorite drones.
Depending on your device, you may have to click on See Next Page to be able to see the whole list of participants and their drones. The poll will be conducted for another maybe 20 seconds or 30 seconds, so we get an accurate description.
For all of you, to let you know that this is only for the popular poll voting. The judges voting is separate, and that would be announced at the end. This is only for all the audiences to vote for their favorite drone design, and only for primary category.
And it is looking like a very tight race in the popular category.
True.
So please.
Yes. Yeah. Please, everyone, we request you to utilize this opportunity to vote for your favorite. And we will be announcing the winner at the end of the session.
Yes. Now, I know that we've had a really great morning presentation, a great morning category of the presentation. We will be going into a 5-minute break. So it is now coming up to, Bibin, what's the time coming up?
We will start with next 5 minutes.
Yes, at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
So it's at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock?
Yeah, we will start now. We'll start at 11.
11. Thank you.
So we have 4 minutes to go. So we'll start at 11.
Have a quick bio break, get a quick snack if you need to, but please be back. And for the secondary category, please be back ready to present at 11 a.m. Please
Frank,
remember.
there are some messages saying they can't vote. Can you please address that?
Yes, so to everyone, if your favorite drone is in the first list, you choose him, and then also on the second list, you must choose, I have already chosen selected my favorite, so that the submit button will be enabled. If your favorite drone is on the second list, then you select him, and on the first list, you click on see the next page, and then the submit button will be enabled. You are not supposed to vote for yourself, and remember, you must vote one drone.
Also, kindly, this is not the only criteria for selection. This is only for the popular category. The other categories are selected by our judges, right? So this is just for your information, only for a popular category vote. There is, judges are giving you marks, and that we will know at the end of the session. Even the popular category will be announced at the end of the session. Two seconds, the poll will end. 2 minutes, the poll will end and we will have the secondary session starting.
Thank you. Now, if you are in the secondary category, please ensure that your Zoom name has been updated to reflect your presentation slides. You will be called according to your presentation name. So please ensure that you've changed your name and be ready to present when you are called upon. We are 1 minute from starting the secondary presentation, so please finalize your bio break and be ready to present in 1 minute. Frank, I think the vote can be closed. Thank you.
It's been closed.
Thank you. We are coming up to the start of the secondary category. We look forward to all the innovative, inspiring designs and concepts that you have developed for your presentation. So the first people that I will call on for the presentation will be Aran, Asim, and Amal. You'll be the first three off the rank. So please prepare your presentation and be ready to present. It is just coming up to 11 a.m. now, so I will ask that everyone be back ready to present for the group. The first person I will be asking to present will be Aran. My apologies, Aran Menon. You'll be the first person to present. So I will start the presentation sharing. My apologies. I will do that again. There we go, Aran. Please come on camera, come off mute, and you'll be ready to begin. Oh, Aran, are you able to turn your
Miss,
light on?
I can speak now. Yeah.
Great. Do you have a light that you can turn on?
No, miss. It's for some reason it's dark in my place. So apologies for that.
Okay, great. Maybe you can just step back from your camera about 10 centimeters. We might be able to see your face a little bit.
Is it fine now? Good.
It's getting better. Okay, over to you. Thank you.
Good morning, fellow judges. My name is Aryan Menon and I'm from Year 9H. I study in the Winchester School, Jabalali. Next slide. So I'll be providing a basic overview of my drone. This drone space is a hybrid X design. This design helps the drone by making it agile. The weight of the drone, including all the complex compartments, are divided equally to make the drone compact and stable. My drone is a quadcopter in which two rotors spin clockwise and the other two in anti-clockwise direction, providing more stability and speed to the drone. The drone is recommended for the police, armed forces, and the secret services for the following reasons: advanced aerial surveillance, remote area reconnaissance, investigation in remote and urban areas, collecting information and evidences. Now I'll be stating some functionalities of my drone. My drone has a speed of 50 plus kilometers per hour. It can fly up to an altitude of 400 to 500 feet above sea level. It uses two lithium-ion batteries for powering up all the components, and it can fly up to 55 minutes with a range of 3.2 kilometers. Next slide. So first, I will be explaining the landing flaps. This drone consists of two landing flaps, one on each side. It is lightweight and is made of aircraft aluminum, providing steadiness and support to carry every other component in the drone. The dimensions of these flaps are length times width 36 times 15.12 inches and a height of 70.32 inches. Now, let me explain one of the other important parts, the camera. This drone also has a built-in DJI Mavic 2 zoom camera, which is the best camera available for surveillance. It is lightweight and is attached to the drone itself. It has an enabled 360-degree spin with 24x zoom ratio for a clear and crisp view. The camera is also thermal night vision enabled and can take and record videos which can be directly relayed at the headquarters using a 4G inbuilt SIM. Next slide. So now I'll be talking about the rotors. This is a quadcopter. So the drone is a quadcopter with a hybrid design for speed, agility, and weight distribution. The rotors are fixed inside the rotor rings that are connected to the drone frame for better functionality and so that it does not fall out. The drone totally consists of 4 rotors, in which each rotor consists of 5 blades, and a total drone consisting of 20 blades for even faster thrust and speed. Now I'll be talking about the flight controller and receiver. The drone comes with an Arduino Uno 3 flight controller and receiver. It is the brain of the drone as it controls every component. It is really efficient in data transmission and is programmed to have faster data interpretations and analysis for quicker response time to the inputs given. Now I'll be explaining the light indicators. Next slide. So on the right hand side, we have a 2 LED 10 mm light, which is programmed to produce a green light, which indicates smooth functioning and proper data reeling. And on the left hand side, we have a red light of the same light, which is programmed to indicate a red light, which indicates turbulence waste, low battery, and signal disruption. And now I'll be explaining the motor. This drone has a 2x AA PCB motor attached vertically. This is enhanced design for longer flights. It is powered by 2 battery units inside the Hybrid X frame. The motor has a dimension of 107.44 times 15.93 length times width. And find the searchlights. So I'll not take that much time. It's only 20 seconds. So the searchlight is the last component of the drone, and it is a 4 LED attached light to each side of the drone. It produces a white and blue light for better visibility. It is side mounted to get a clear view of the ground and helps in night surveillance. It is also powered by the batteries. Thank you so much for paying attention to the drone.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Very well done. So next person I will ask to come up to the stage is Asim. I will reset the timer.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello. You may start when you are ready, sir.
Good morning, one and all present here. My drone design to give wings to my imagination. Scientists have discovered that it rains diamonds in Jupiter and Saturn. But what they forgot is that it rains something even more valuable and precious here in Earth. Yes, it is water. Life began with water. Life is sustained by water. And life itself is 60% water. Yes, water is so important, and so is rain, which is the source of fresh water in Earth. Next slide, please. We know a lot of people, let alone farmers, who look forward to water droplets falling from the sky, who desires to feel the cold climate with a cup of hot coffee, and who wishes to see their country green. Unfortunately, there are so many countries in this world that does not get to experience this blessing. Without rain, we cannot harvest crops. There will be rise of temperature and there will be droughts, severe ones. In fact, the Great Famine of Russia passed only after 5 million people lost their life. In simpler words, a country cannot prosper without rain. And so we turn our head towards cloud seeding, that is artificial rain. At present, cloud seeding is being done by aircrafts and rockets. What I'm going to present today is a drone design that will help in the process of cloud seeding, but by cutting down the cost with its advantage of being an UAV. Next slide, please. As you can see in your screen, this design is a multi-rotor octocopter drone with 5-blade props used for its propellers. The reason for using 5-blade props is for high thrust force, and the need for 8 rotors is for more stability and assurity of the fact that the compounds will not be wasted. You do not want your money to be wasted on a huge project, do you? This is a top view of my 3D drone design. Over here, we can see that the drone is a box frame drone, and its advantage being the capability to carry more payload and keeping the drone from failing as it offers protection. Next slide. This is the side view of my drone design. The object that looks quite unusual placed behind the drone is the main piece needed for the whole procedure. It is a plate, or you can call it a disc, which is quite large. The component needed for the cloud seeding process, that is silver iodide, is placed in the plate in its form. There will be a requirement of about 200 to 1000 gram of silver iodide for cloud seeding, which is more than 2.5 lb payload, and that is the reason why we're using a box frame drone. Next slide, please. This is the front view of my drone. As mentioned before, the oval gigantic structure at the back, that is the pink structure you can see, is a shield covering the silver iodide with safety precautions. The shield opens up and the silver iodide falls. Then the clouds carry them forward. The rest of the components of a drone, such as the battery, rest inside the cylindrical closed object at the middle of the internal X of the drone frame. The drone cuts down cost as it is an unmanned aerial vehicle and does not require paying the pilot, which itself is about $20,000. And it also does not need fuel, which is costlier than batteries for sure. It does not require a runway track for taking off. Overall, we can say that the drone is cheap compared to the aircraft and serves the same purpose. It will be able to cut down cost from $11 million to an affordable price. And let us hope that this idea will be developed to bring beautiful smiles to beautiful faces all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Asim. Great presentation. Next, I would like Amal to please come up, turn on your camera, come off mute, and the presentation is over to you when you are ready. Amal, just before you begin, are you able to put your camera down a little bit? We can't see the bottom of your face. That's it. Great. Thank you so much.
May I begin?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, judges and audience. My name is Amal Putulak Manoj, and I am from grade 9 of GEMS Our Own Indian School. Next. As we all know, cleaning high-rise buildings is a challenging task and puts the safety of many people at risk. This drone is made to tackle this problem. Instead of having to go to risky heights, a person can manually control the drone from ground level. Now, I'll give a quick brief about the drone. It is a quadcopter that uses a hybrid X drone frame to get both agility and weight distribution. The drone uses brushless motors, which have significantly higher efficiency and performance compared to the brushed motors. The brushless motor also has less wear and tear when being used. The drone uses two-blade propellers for more efficiency. The drone is much faster compared to the human operated cradles because it will be able to navigate to the different parts of the building's exterior much quicker. This drone can fly at an altitude of approximately 50 meters. Next. The operator will be able to see the progress with the help of an onboard camera, which is attached to the bottom of the main body, as you can see in the picture on the left. Next. The body will house all the crucial electronic components, which include the receiver, electronic speed controller, flight controller, accelerometer, and a GPS system. The body will be waterproof to prevent any damage that may occur to the electronic components. On top of the body are two attachments that will hold the water hose in place. This hose will receive its water from a tank on the ground level using a high pressure pumping system. For a more proper wash, cleaning chemicals can be added to the water. And after the cleaning is done, the flow of water can be stopped so that only high pressure air blows through the hose and will dry the surface of the building and give a proper finish. The drone will be powered by a battery, which is also on ground level and will be connected by a cable. Next. In the future, with advancement in technology, drones will be able to do things that we have never thought of before. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amal. Next, I will ask Ashton to please prepare for your presentation. Come off mute, turn your camera on. Please, Ashton, can you come towards the camera just a little bit? A little bit more.
Am I visible now?
Just a little bit more. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Ashton Sequeira. I study in Abu Dhabi Indian School and I'm from grade 8. Next, please. So this drone is designed for extinguishing fires. Normally, issues like traffic or fire in really high-rise buildings can be a major concern to the firefighters, as it can make a situation worse. That's why I present to you the EP45 firefighting drone. This is a multi-rotor hexacopter built in order to extinguish fires easily and efficiently. It has 6 water containers which can hold 3 liters of water in order to extinguish the fire. Since this drone can travel an unbelievable distance of 8 kilometers, the pilot can easily fly the drone within a radius of 8 kilometers. This drone has a 6-axis gyroscope which stabilizes the drone. The hexacopter comes with a 2-blade propeller. This drone has a 60 fps 4K camera with a gimbal which will ensure a crisp and smooth video. This drone can travel at an incredible speed of 50 miles per hour. This drone frame is made up of 100% carbon steel and can carry a payload of about 2 kilograms. Since this drone is made up of tough materials, it can travel easily through the fires without causing any damage. Next, please. Now this is the overview of my drone. First, we have the water holder. It can hold a total of 3 liters of water and each container can hold 0.5 liters of water. Next, we have the underslug 4K camera. It comes with a gimbal for good stability and can shoot videos at 4K, 1080p, 720p with an option of 30 and 60 fps. Next, please. Next, we have the battery holder, the water hose, and 2-blade propeller. The battery holder can hold the 15.2 volt, 2000 milliamp battery. These are the item dimensions, and the net weight is approximately 443 grams. Next, we have the 2-blade propeller. The drone comes with a 2-blade propeller that maintains balance between battery and efficiency. And at last, we have the water hose. Water is ejected through this pipe, and the force of the water can be controlled by the pilot. By this, I conclude my PowerPoint presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashton. Well done. Next, I would ask Batul to please come up. Have your camera on. Yes, thank you, my dear. And come off mute. I have your presentation ready, so please begin when you are ready.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to my design that will impress you all. I am Batul Umar Al-Mhirig from Libya and reside in the United Arab Emirates, and I'm from the American School of Creative Science Maliha and from 9GD L2. Next, please. Before it, sorry. Excuse me, there's a slide that is not there.
Can you talk to that slide without having it?
Okay, no problem, thank you.
Thank you.
Table of contents. First of all, an overview about my drone. Second of all, information about my drone. Lastly, thank you page. The hero. The hero is my drone. I know now you're thinking of why I named it the hero. I named it the hero because it is a hero. It will help the first leaders in the COVID-19 case, in this period of time that we're all suffering from, that we're all waiting for it to go away. My drone will save a lot of people's lives. Why? Because it will be the one responsible of checking the people temperatures anytime and any place. It will help a lot in this case. No people will be at risk. because maybe when someone is checking the temperature, someone will have the coronavirus, and in this case, the person who is checking the temperature may take the virus from that person. Hang on, I will give you an example. Let's say that there is two persons, two people, Ru'a and Batul. Batul is the one who is checking the temperature, and Ru'a is the customer that came to the mall. Let's say that Ru'a has the coronavirus, and in this case, Ru'a may transfer the virus to Batul, and this will spread the virus more. I know that I'm sure that this question is in your minds. How can we know if this person has a high temperature from the drone? Simply because the drone will give an alert to the people that have control with it, or it will make a sound that will alert us. Next, please. Some information about my drone. Why the colors red and white? Red and white simply because it shows the colors of the Emiratis Red Crescent. If you don't know what is the Emiratis Red Crescent, it is a volunteer humanitarian organization that supports official authorities in lines of peace, of war, and war. So it helps the people, and this is in general. Second of all, why I chose this design. This design because it will go down and land, and it can land safely with no harm, and it won't break. Hopefully, I made the hero as a stretch X because it can go faster and because it's more stable. Next, please. Finally, I hope you share my design so it can help the world. Next. Thanks and have a thank you, and I thank you and I would like to thank my family for helping me and supporting me, and I would like to welcome any questions. Okay, next.
Thank you so much, Batul. Great presentation. Next, I would like to ask Danny to get ready to present. Come off mute, turn your camera on. Please come a little bit closer to the camera. Yes, a little bit closer. Thank you. I will reset the timer, and when you are ready to present, please start.
Good morning, judges, hosts, and my worthy opponents. I'm here to present my drone design, and I'm Danny Matthew from Addis Ababa, Abu Dhabi. Next slide, please. Let us see the overview of our drone first. My drone first. It's mainly a hexacopter drone used for flying at a height of at altitude of 100 to 150 meters. It has 6 motors, with each rotor having a propeller with 8 blades. The drone frame is unibody, not an underslung, even though it has a radar camera underneath. It is in Hybrid X version. The rest of the components, that is the flight controller, servo motor, antennae, etc., are kept in a lightweight silicone container, streamlined in shape. I would like to prefer this multi-rotor drone instead of using a hybrid version of for vertical liftoff or landing, because it's cheaper and more common people can also afford it. And the diagonal length of drone frame is 1900 millimeters. The drone frame and body is made of dense polyethylene and titanium alloy respectively, which I will explain to you why I'd use that later. Next slide, please. So this is my design, which I've presented to you. So as you can see, I have six rotors, and each propeller has 8 blades. And you can see the lightweight container, where I've used for storing the components. Since this satellite used in seas and oceans for detecting and stating the effects of climate change, and it should not be supposed to be bulky. So there is no geo sensor or geosensor in this drone design. First of all, in this, it has communication with weather stations across and the nearby weather stations across the sea, so that it can communicate and in case in any need for travel. It also has a turbine in front of the drone, as you can see, and you can see streamlined in shape. And as you can see, it is not an underslung, and at the bottom is a camera. It's a radar camera. Next slide, please. So you can see my design, where I've used the two antennae also in the front, and it's a hybrid X version of a drone. So since it seeks more stability on the pitch axis and not on the sides, because it has to travel with air currents. Next slide, please. So the details about this drone. It collects the radar images of a sea or ocean at a particular season of the year to determine changes in water currents. It follows path of water currents and moves with velocity in same direction relative to it. Its aim is to observe and mitigate the effects of climate change in local seas and oceans. Additionally, servo motor provides the ability to move control surfaces and speed control of individual motors to achieve aerodynamic control. So let's see what is actually a servo motor. A servo motor is actually a motor that allows for a precise control in terms of the angular position, the acceleration, and velocity. And it has capabilities that a regular motor does not have. And this device also has a regular motor, and it makes use of a regular motor and pairs with it a sense of position feedback. Turbines, uh, turbines in the front provide extra renewable energy for long-term flight. As you can see, I've put my turbines in the front. Thank you. As you can see, the drone frame and body is lightweight and corrosion-resistant material, and it is autonomous, and it has communication with weather stations. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Great presentation. Next, we do have Hassan and Talal presenting their drone. So Hassan and Talal, are you there as well? You can.
Yes.
Okay, great.
We have another teammate also.
Is he present? Is Mohammed present?
Yes.
Okay. Mohammed, have you changed your name to be the same as your presentation name? Okay. Mohammed, once you are off mute and turn your camera on, I will start the time and you are ready to present. Thank you.
Okay. Greetings, everybody, teachers, judges, and parents. Today, me and my two friends, Hassan and Talal, will be presenting to you our police drone proudly and with the most amount of excitement. Next slide, please.
Okay, this is our police drone. As we placed the battery in the center, and there are 7 rotors, uh, as there are 7 solar panels which are placed on each wing of the rotors, and one in the middle, as you can see. Our drone is a hexacopter drone, so there is six rotors, and as you can see, the landing gear is placed in the bottom. It is used for landing, and there are 2 cameras on both sides of the drone. Next slide.
I'll talk about the design and purpose of our drone. Our drone is a hexacopter, so it can move extremely fast while being agile at the same time. It has a greatly wide wing, which increases stability and may come in great help if one of the rotors fail. It uses solar panels, so it's technically friendly to the environment. We chose it on purpose to help police surveillance in some towns and increase productivity. It has a storage device with 2 mounted cameras to store everything that it sees. Next slide.
Now we're going to talk about the specialty of our drone. One of them is the 6 rotors are estimated to run the drone at a minimum speed of 45 kilometers per hour, which was based on our research that each rotor gives 7.5 kilometers, then we times by 6, so we get 45 kilometers per hour.
with that speed, it's enough to follow a medium speed moving target. So in this example, a family car, so it can like take a footage of everything that it can see.
And the drone is made of one piece, so it is very hard to break, and it is extremely lightweight because it consists of carbon fiber and reinforced polyethylene. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hassan, Talal, and Mohammed. Great group presentation. Next, I would like to hand over to Husna. Please, you have your camera on. You have unmuted yourself, so I will reset the timer and you are ready to begin now, please.
Good morning, dear judges and audience. My name is Husna Samula, and I'm a grade 8 student at the American School of Creative Science in Sharjah, UAE. Today I'll be presenting about my drone design, the Shepherd drone. Next slide. The Shepherd drone is a drone that a farmer uses for his cattle, sheep, or camels. It tracks the animals while they are eating, grazing, or walking. This means that the farmer does not have to walk around with the animals while they are grazing, and the drone can do it instead. The Shepherd drone has a speaker that makes barking dog sounds, alarming noises, and sirens to lead the animals to the right location. The farmer can listen to the animals' live reaction by a direct feedback microphone that is in the drone. Furthermore, the animals can be tracked by a camera that is under the drone, and it also records the footage. Next slide. I'll be talking about the details of my drone here. In order to fly fast and be close to the animals, the Shepherd drone has 4 rotors and is a quadcopter with 4 blades on each propeller. 2 of the propellers turn clockwise and the other 2 turn anti-clockwise in order to remain stable. The drone has a white and navy blue design, and it has an X-frame and a unibody. It is an underslung drone with a camera under it to record live footage of the animals' activity. If something were to happen, the farmer could recheck the live footage and see what the problem was. The drone has a GPS, so its location can be determined by the farmer. It also has landing gear for the drone to land safely on any type of ground, and if one of the propellers were to stop working, it would have a bit of a rough landing, but otherwise it would be stable. Thank you.
Thank you, Husna. Well done. Next, I would like to ask Hussein to begin your presentation. So you are off mute, you have your camera on. So yes, please feel free to start when you are ready.
Thank you so much. Greetings to one and all. My name is Hussein Mehdi and I study in grade 11 in Aaron High School, Dubai. Today, I shall be explaining the features of my drone. Next slide, please. Firstly, I have named it Solar Flycam for reasons that I shall be explaining. It will be mainly used for 2 purposes, aerial photography and surveillance. It will be made from aluminium so that it's sturdy while being lightweight and firm. It will have 4 propellers, each 2-bladed, as much upthrust is not needed as the frame is very light. It will also have a high-resolution camera, preferably 4K/1080p. We have a high-resolution camera which is below the frame with a revolving lens to get a 360-degree field of view. We also have 4 landing gears, each made from rubber for better shock absorption in case of a bumpy landing. Next slide, please. Then we have the propellers, and then we also have a solar panel which will increase the flight time up to 28%. The drone cannot sustain only on solar power as those panels are not yet very efficient, but it can increase the flight time. Then we have the main body, which is the brain of the drone, where all the components are stored in the center. Next slide, please. Extras. We have a phone holder for the drone. The camera can be unscrewed and the phone holder can be screwed in place. Then we can attach our phone into the phone holder and then send our phone into the air for features such as high quality photos and videos, live streaming for social media, etc. We will also have a companion app for the drone, which will add extra features such as subject tracking, battery levels, real-time video transmission, hover, return home, time-lapse videos, beginner's guide on how to control the drone, etc. We'll also have obstacle avoidance or keeping the drone safe, especially in dangerous situations such as mountains and rocky areas. The drone will also have a GPS chip. In case the drone gets lost, we can use the last received GPS coordinates to retrieve it. Next slide. Thank you for listening to me. These are the sources and references of information which I've used.
Thank you, Hussein. Very well done. Next, I would like to ask Joshua to please prepare to present. You are on mute. I will start the timer.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So when you are ready
Okay.
to present, I will start the timer and I hand it over to you.
Hello, my name is Joshua Elvis Rodriguez. I'm in year 10 in James Wellington International School in Dubai. Next slide, please. So about my drone. So my drone is designed to be a search and rescue drone and created to save a lot of lives. The reason that I have taken this path is because with the increasing number of tornadoes and tsunamis and earthquakes, etc., there is chance for people to get trapped under the falling debris. So I have created my drone to try and help rescuers get an easier way of communicating with the people and trying to save more lives. So the frame is a hexacopter with 6 rotors, and I've designed this because in a situation of falling debris, the drone can get hit or damaged. So the hexacopter can still fly or hover even if 2 of its rotors are down and can still have a chance of completing the mission, which makes it really practical for this use. So a thermal imaging camera is connected to the base to detect people trapped under the rubble. It has artificial intelligence and the victim's body dimensions are uploaded to the interface. It cross-references the data with the camera to find survivors. Next slide, please. So basically, this is about my drone. So you have the solar panel and you have LED lights as seen in the front view, and you have the 6 rotors, and I've made them equal length apart, so for total stability. So if you look at the right-hand side view, you can see the camera connected to the 2 rectangles that are holding the camera, and this is specifically used because the screws help the camera rotate 180 degrees. And this is practical because when it's flying, it can look wherever it wants. The rotor turns, and that helps it look at 360 degrees. Now, if you look at the left-hand side view, you can see the other 3 parts, and you can see the landing view better. And I'm going to talk about this more in the next slide. Next slide, please. So this is about the thermal imaging camera. So you can see it's a sphere, and that helps it rotate better. And I've added the paraboloids, as you can see in the bottom right. Those are the cone-shaped things. And that helps it to decrease the air resistance. Because in a situation where it could be totally windy because of the decreasing and the changing wind speed because of the different heights of the buildings, this is going to help it stay stable. So the solar panel is added as demand for too many batteries will require the excessive mining of lithium, which has harmful effects on the environment. This lithium can destroy animals' habitats and can even kill animals because people destroy the habitat without knowing the habitat of the animals. It could be in deserts, it could be in landmines, and it could be frogs or even large mammals that stay there. So I have the LED lights, and this is to save energy because if you use normal lights, it takes more energy per second, and this is not helpful. And the LED light will aid the people controlling the drone to see in dark or dusty conditions. Now the rotor has 8 blades, and this is carbon fiber, and I've specially designed it to be carbon fiber because carbon fiber cuts through wind better, meaning that it transfers most of the energy from the wind into helping us thrust or propel. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. Well done. I will ask Mohammed Hamza if he can get prepared for his presentation. Please come off mute.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to see
Yes,
you
ma'am.
on camera. When you are ready, please begin.
Good morning to one and all present here. My name is Muhammad Hamza. I am from grade 8, Mayur Private School, Abu Dhabi. So today I am going to be talking about my drone overview. But before we get into it, I would like to tell a case study that was done by the Civil Defense Ministry of Home Affairs in India for the state of Delhi. They found that it takes comparatively long time for fire tenders to reach the fire. and it was said that it would need approximately 46 new fire stations in Delhi alone. This, this will need lot of money and time. My prototype model can be put in various area pockets and will act as the first line of defense. Next slide, please. This drone overview will be made of lightweight materials that can withstand high temperatures for firefighting purposes. Many cities in India have small and congested roads or traffic, where firefighters take long time to come to the place of fire, and the spread of fire increases, causing more damage to property and injuring more people. In some places, fire tenders cannot reach due to congested population, and illegal development. My drone can help there. Even in places where the population is less and the traffic is also less, this drone can be helpful as it can quickly extinguish the fire before the fire brigade arrives. And it can also save money by like instead of you buying a fire truck and just buying a $1,500 drone. With separate attachments, my drone can be used for sanitizing and pesticiding applications. Next slide, please. These are the different views of my drone. Next slide, please. As you can see on the right hand side, my drone uses the spray attachment to extinguish the fire. At the bottom, there is a water tank with high pressure and gives the water to the drone while the drone is spraying water on the fire. And at the left hand side, my drone is using the fire extinguisher bomb where the drone will pick up pace and drop the fire extinguisher at the desired location to extinguish the fire. Next slide, please. It will be better if 5 to 6 drones are in one area because even if one drone fails, the other drones can still continue fighting with fire. I recommend my drone because if a human firefighter goes inside the fire, he has a chance to die. So why risk a life when a robot can finish the job and save someone? The fire also generates poisonous smoke that can kill people. My drone uses thermal cameras that use infrared technology to detect unconscious humans who are stuck in the fire. And then the firefighters go to that location and bring those people to a safe place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. Next, I would ask Ranveer, please prepare for your presentation. When you are ready, you can present.
Good morning, judges and audience. Today I will be presenting the Aerial Image Pro. I'm from James Wellington International School in Year 9. Next slide, please. Overview of my drone. This quadcopter will be used for videography and photography at high speeds. For example, sporting events, car races, police chases, and many more. Given the nature of events, I would like to capture the final look of my drone that would be slick, clean, and with a cool vibe. Whilst I'm interested in marketing the drone to capture high-profile events, it's also my aim that the drone be utilized for socially responsible objectives like the law enforcement departments such as police traffic departments, and to maintain law and order. It's also my desire that income generated from sales of this drone be further utilized for building a simpler and more affordable version that can be provided for free to traffic departments in my home country, India. Features of the drone. The drone will be built using a hybrid X frame in order to assist in reaching high speeds as well as helping with the distribution of weight across the drone. I have chosen to use a two-blade propeller for my UAV to minimize the weight of the drone as much as possible. However, having a two-blade propeller will not pose any problem in reaching high speeds as it is powered by a 15-volt battery. The advanced flight system will allow the drone to carry out maneuvers such as rolls, flips, and facilitate in making sharp turns while maintaining stability. The rapid response speed of the receiver will allow the drone to come to a quick stop and start, thereby decreasing the risk of a crash. With these spectacular features in place, my aim is to build the drone at a moderate price for serious photographers and videographers. Next slide, please. The orange rings that can be seen on the drone are crash resistant, have a crash resistant frame to protect the propellers and to prevent a crash. As you can see, there are 4 aluminum rods attached to the bottom of the frame to provide a stable and smooth landing to reduce the risk of a crash, which can cause damage to valuable components like the camera. As you can see in the model, the heavy 15-volt battery lies in the core of the drone to help with the distribution of the weight, for the sake of providing stability to keep the camera still during the flight to provide for better video and photo quality. Next slide, please. Design specs. The drone has a respectable size of 300 millimeters and a weight of 370 grams in order to reach high speeds. The camera is a GoPro Hero 9 in order to provide high quality footage and images in all weather conditions and possible situations where the camera could be damaged. Flight time. The high voltage battery provides a hefty flight time of 10 to 12 minutes at its highest speed and has a rechargeable battery of 4S to 5S LiPo 15-volt battery. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ranveer. Very well done. Next, I would ask Sanjot to get prepared for your presentation.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
When you are ready to start, please go ahead.
Okay. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize in the positive ways to help the society. This is a quote by Bill Gates. Good morning, judges and everyone who's participating in the drone challenge. My name is Sanjot Kambli and I'm from the Winchester School in Jebel Ali, Dubai. I'm from 10th grade and my hobbies include in designing and computer technology. Today I'll be presenting my drone design. Next slide, please. This drone is made from the idea of the blast in Beirut, which has cost many people's lives. So therefore, this drone is made for search and rescue teams who need to rescue people who are trapped in rubble or caves which are not accessible easily by the search and rescue teams. The drone's main function is to rescue civilians who are trapped, but it also comes with various other things, such as its top speed reaching 95 kilometers per hour, an aluminum body for lightweight and portability, and it's small enough to reach places the search and rescue teams can't access, 10 inches into 5 inches. It also contains a lithium battery to stay powered for a long time. It also has other special features such as an internal radio to communicate with the survivor and a special package containing an MRE, also known as meal ready to eat, which is a portable container containing food that lasts for a long time, and other necessities such as a survival knife or a torch. Next slide. Yeah, these are the images of the drones. Now, in short words, I would conclude by saying these drones are used for search and rescue teams to help survivors who are trapped in places they can't reach, and contains many features such as an internal radio, a survival package to help the survivor in need. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjot. Well done. Next, I would like to ask Shivani to get ready for your presentation. I will restart the timer and you can start when you're ready.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shivani Rajan from the Winchester School, Jubilali. First of all, I would like to thank Jonan Schools for giving us this wonderful opportunity to explore our imagination. As we all know, the COVID-19 has been one of the most devastating pandemics since the 1918 influenza outbreak. With no access to proper vaccine against it, we have been limited to control measures such as personal hygiene, social distancing measures, and public gathering limitations. Next slide, please. Keeping this in mind, I have designed a drone that can efficiently assist the government to survey for large gatherings and limit public crowds. It is an underslung drone with as minimum equipment as possible to ensure that the drone can travel longer distances quicker. Next slide, please. This drone contains 4 propellers and is a multi-rotor drone. The X-frame allows the drone to travel much faster, giving it a better advantage over other drone types. It also provides more stability to the drone as the perpendicular distance between the center of each motor is equal. The center of the drone frame is not hollow, again increasing the stability. The AI-assisted camera is placed under the drone brain to allow a 360-degree view of the surroundings. A ring has been also implied above the camera to ensure the stability of it. So even if the drone tilts, it provides a better footage of the camera. Next slide, please. Drones can be very hard to control and can incur heavy damages. To prevent this, the drone has been provided with suspensions that can absorb the shock of an impact or a crash landing. Rubber bases have also been implemented to reduce any damage done to equipment. The drone is also underslung to provide on the same reason. 4 sturdy legs have been provided here. Yeah. So thank you for your time. Yeah.
Thank you, Shivani. Well done. Next, I would like to ask Spandan to get ready to present.
Greetings to everybody present here. My name is Pandan Ghosh. I study in GEMS Millennium School, Sharjah. Ma'am, next slide, please. The overview of my drone. We all know that when a natural disaster strikes a place, it becomes a very dangerous and risky place for humans. First responders risk their life to help save other people. The drone is designed to eliminate this risk and help first responder react in a safe, smart, and efficient manner. The drone was designed with the idea of being compact, agile, and sturdy so that it can be used in open areas as well as enclosed spaces during search and rescue missions in which sending humans might be dangerous. The small size and safety features, accompanied by an array of sensors, can help rescuers find survivors in a far more smart and efficient manner. Ma'am, next slide, please. Now let's come to the technical aspects of the drone. The frame. The drone is based on a hybrid X frame, which allows it to be agile and be able to carry heavy payloads. The hybrid X frame is also accompanied with a distinct outer frame that has foam padding on the edges, which protect the propellers and the electronics from damage. There's also a mesh-like structure on the top of the motors and the frame itself to prevent falling debris from damaging the motors and propellers. These grid-like structures are designed to be aerodynamic so they don't interfere with the flight dynamics of the drone. The eyes of the drone, the sensor unit itself. It has 3 LiDAR sensors, 2 cameras. The LiDAR sensors can help ground control make a digital model of the surrounding so that it can help them decide what is the next plan of action. The camera, one of which is an IR camera, can help find survivors during the day and night. The other being a conventional high resolution camera. The LiDAR sensor can also help them detect walls and prevent the drone from crashing into them. Next slide, ma'am. Since the drone is a search and rescue drone, it needs to be in contact with ground control at all time. Therefore, the whole upper part of the drone is designed to be a huge antenna, which also allows for long range communication. The drone itself is equipped with GPS guiding system, so it can navigate autonomously and even engage to return to launch if it loses contact with ground control. Landing gears. They are made from TPU, which is a flexible plastic which acts as cushion or a shock absorber in case of a hard descent and prevents damage to the drone electronics and the frame. Next slide. The main feature of the drone itself, the inverted motors. While the drone is flying, it was taken into consideration that falling debris might hit the drone and render it useless. To overcome this problem, I've designed the motors to be facing bottom with the grid-like structure on the top. So even if a debris hits the drone, it will be able to fly. And if it needs to stop, it can come to a safe stop without crashing or endangering people. Also, the inverted motors allow it to fly higher towards the ceiling. That allows the lidar and the camera to cover far more area of range. That allows the ground controller to make them far more accurate and help find survivors. The drone itself, if survivors are found, the drone can land safely and prevent people from touching the propellers and getting themselves injured. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you, Spanzan. Well done. Next, I would like Uma to please get ready to present. I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
restart the timer. You're ready?
Yes. Hello, my name is Umar Abdul Rahman and I am in grade 9, section B3 in the Westminster School, Dubai. Ma'am, next slide. Overview of my drone. My drone is designed for firefighting to help as an helping hand in firefighting, as it can go higher than the ladder on any firefighting vehicle. Now let's come to the design. It is an octocopter, as we will see in the next slide. It needs all 8 rotors for all the stability it can get, as it is designed for saving lives. The 8 rotors are powerful enough to carry all the weight of the electronics and the inbuilt tank, which can carry a lot of chemical. The other parts will be discussed in the third slide. Next slide, ma'am. In the top of the drone, you can see that it is an octocopter and has two blade propellers. The front has an HD camera and other electronics, which we will see in the next slide. The tank, which holds the liquid for extinguishing the fire, can carry up to 75 liters. The sprayer is an high powered and can cover a lot of area and can go far, so the drone doesn't have to go too near to the fire. But if it has to, all the electronics are covered in a layer of insulator, so the electronics can run without overheating. As you can see, it has two radio antennas for low latency transmission of commands, and if one breaks, it won't lose control and crash, as it is meant to save lives. Ma'am, next slide. Here we can see that there are two very bright flashlights and has a heartbeat. Here we can see we, there's two big flashlights on the side of the camera, and there are two heartbeat sensors for checking if there's anybody still in the fire, so the ground crew can go up and save them. And finally, there's also two sensors which tell the drone if it is going way too close to the fire. And the hole in the back of the tank can be opened and can be connected with a hose to the ground tank, so it can have more volume to hold more chemical. Thank you.
Thank you, Uma. That was a good presentation. Next, I would like to ask Yuvraj to please get ready for your presentation.
My name is Yuvraj Mathani from Raffles World Academy, and I created a drone called the M drone, also known as the Netflix drone. Next slide, please. Here's the overview of the drone. The N drone projects movies at a place of your choice. Once bought or rented, it will provide for the perfect cinematic experience that I'm sure a few have been missing during lockdown. The drone is powered with 4 built-in Dolby surround sound speakers and a 4K projector. And it works seamlessly with your Netflix account on all devices. All it needs is either a voice command or a simple tap and you're good to go. The N drone is available on the Netflix app. Once ordered, it will arrive at your doorstep from a nearby service provider. Next slide, please. Here's the top view of the N drone. This drone is a quadcopter drone, which means it has 4 rotors. And it also has a pre-installed Netflix account. The battery life of this drone lasts for about 8 hours, which can be quickly recharged in 45 minutes. It also has a GPS tracker for location, because that's how it can reach your designated location. And the best part is that you have unlimited data, which means you can go almost everywhere around the country and still be able to watch Netflix. Next slide, please. Here's the front view of the drone. The drone projects movies on a 4K resolution projector and is specially designed in a way to avoid any light interruption, using a simple shade around the projector to give you high quality viewing. Next slide, please. Here's the side view of the drone. On both sides of the drone, there are Dolby surround sound speakers, which covers a wide area for quality audio. To make the drone more aerodynamic, it will be 1 gram less than the lightest drone already, which is 249 grams, which makes the drone reach faster to your destination. Now, having just a projector costs more than $300, with an additional $200 roughly for a Netflix account per year. If you buy the N drone, this all will be provided to you for a reasonable $400. This gives you the true opportunity to sit back, relax, and Netflix and chill. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yuvraj. Great presentation about Netflix drone. Next, I would like to ask Amit to please get ready to present. And I will reset the timer. You're off mute. You're ready to go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arnett Day. I'm from James Wellington International School. I live in the UAE. I'm currently 12 years old and I'm in grade 8. Next slide, please. So, Blast for Sustainable Marine Exploration. Overview of my drone. So, many of you probably are going to be wondering, what is Blast? Well, to answer that question, Blast is my brand name for all of my innovative and sustainable technologies. So let's get back to my drone. My drone is going to be used for marine explorations. The camera and microphones embedded inside will map the ocean floor using echolocation. The powerful microphones transmits a high-pitched signal at a pitch of 200 Hz and receives feedbacks and maps the ocean floor out accordingly. This will help scientists and explorers decide which parts of the ocean are dangerous so they can monitor it, research, and find solutions, which will be beneficial for our world. This can also be used to communicate with animals and monitor their migration patterns, eating habits, and overall just monitor marine life. It is in a plus frame to maintain stability and speed. Also, it is a multi-rotor drone, which will help float directly above the water and send the camera and microphones down using the extendable metal rod. I used a multi-rotor drone so it can be fast, easy to control, easy to land and take off. I use an underslung design on my drone so it will be easier to send the camera and microphone down. Also, my drone's landing gear will be made out of very light carbon fiber so it can float on water as well as it being very durable. My drone is red in color, as like a very bright red will make sure no predators come near it and mistake it for food. Next slide, please. So this is my drone side view. As you can see, there's the camera and microphone and the extendable metal rod and the landing gear. Next slide, please. My drone's top view. The propellers on my drone is 5 inches in diameter to increase torque and to increase stability as well as being able to maintain a steady and fast speed of 15 kilometers per hour. Next slide, please. And last but not least, my details of my drone. rotors to allow it to fly, extendable rod to allow microphone and camera to reach the ocean surface. Camera and microphone, waterproof, will extend and use echolocation to map the ocean surface. Parts of the drone such as the battery and the receiver and flight control. Landing gear allows drone to take off and land smoothly. Also waterproof and can land on water and can withstand tidal waves made of carbon fiber. Thank you for watching, but before I end, I have a couple more points of my drone I need to talk about. It will be equipped with GPS so you can see wherever your drone is. Also, I didn't make such a complicated design, so it's economically viable to scientists and researchers and will not affect the environment in a harmful way. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you to the Drone Design Challenge for giving us this wonderful medium to share ideas with.
Thank you so much, Anit. You did a really good job. Next, I would like to ask Cheyenne to get ready to present. I just have to bring up your presentation, so
Yes,
just
ma'am.
bear with me.
Good morning, judges, organizers, and students. My name is Shayan Wasim Hakim from grade 7G from the school GEMS Modern Academy. And today I'm going to present to you my drone design. Next slide, please. I believe we have the power to change the world through technology, to create equal opportunities and rights for every citizen in the world. Keeping this in mind, I wanted to produce an idea that would make life easy for people through technology. Hence, the idea of Dragon Scout came to life. Dragon Scout is a Wi-Fi internet service provider drone, which aims to provide internet to rural and remote areas. Dragon Scout works on solar power. As drones are typically lightweight, they will be prone to weather strikes. So this drone's hull is made from acrylic coating for weatherproofing. The drone has an inbuilt 32-bit tracking software for connecting to Wi-Fi towers and basic tracking of the drone's location. There will be two modes of internet transmission. Mode 1 will allow the drone to connect to nearby Wi-Fi towers and beam internet like a normal router. Mode 2 will allow the drone to connect to power Project Loon's balloon. Project Loon is an Alphabet Inc. subsidiary working on providing internet access to rural and remote areas. But unlike me, they use hot air balloons to stay in the air, and they focus on larger scale projections of internet. The company uses high altitude balloons in the stratosphere at an altitude of 18 kilometers to 25 kilometers to create an aerial wireless network with up to 1 megabit per second speeds. Using a special internet antenna attached to the people's home, they can connect to the drone's network. From this antenna, the signal bounces up to the drone network and then down to the global internet tunnel. Next slide, please. As you can see here, it's a picture of my drone. So I have a solar panel for energy, which is a basic 3x3 solar panel, and it's slashed onto the drone. It helps saves consumption of power, hence it's economically and environmentally efficient. There's a Wi-Fi router for for projecting internet, and there's dual propellers on each side. So there's 4 dual propellers, which helps for liftoff and to provide flight to drone. It's made from plastic for feasibility. The hull is weatherproof with acrylic coating to provide safety from rain strikes, weather strikes, etc. Next slide, please. The solar panel. Here's my design overview. The solar panel is a basic 3x3 solar panel. It latches onto the drone. Again, it helps save consumption of power and it's economically and environmentally efficient. The Wi-Fi router is attached to the drone using a suction pump with speeds up to 50 megabits per second. Acrylic coating provides water and weatherproofing for drone to avoid destruction of drone. 4 dual propellers are attached to the drone to provide flight to drone. And of course, they are made of plastic for feasibility. Next slide, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cheyenne. Very well done. I would like to give a big round of applause to all of our contestants today. There we go. I will stop sharing my screen so you can see my face now. I would like to give a big round of applause to all of the contestants today, both in the primary and the secondary. It was great to see the theme of human support, especially in such a challenging year that we have had. Now is the time that we're going to start the secondary category of the online poll. So please, I don't recommend to vote for yourself, but please vote for the best drone that you would like to see be produced, or one that really piqued your interest. So thank you, Frank. Your poll is now up on the screen. We will have it open for the next couple of minutes. If you don't see your name or see the person you want to vote for on the screen, please click on the next page option. And then once you have selected your choice, please, and you are on the second place, please don't forget to select, I have already selected my favorite. And I'm sure Frank can talk to this if you have any further trouble submitting your poll. There were some really great designs, so it was great to see the designs that the secondary category had produced. Now we will be heading into another 5-minute short break just to allow you to get a refreshment or a quick bio break, but please come back in, let's say 12:15 p.m, so 12:15, so we can get the results of our contest, the results of the challenge. So comment and feedback from our esteemed judges and also from Bibin as well. So please feel free to pop out for a quick bio break, grab a drink, and then come back to hear your feedback and to find out the results of today's challenge. While we are on a break, does anyone have any comments, questions, or feedback you would like to give?
This was really an amazing second session. We saw a lot of amazing drones. We have, the presentation was good, and even we could see a lot of students participating in a very unique way. All the designs was unique by its own, and also I would also like to congratulate all the students who have participated, because the students were selected from 200 students from 4 countries and from 25 schools. So being present as a presenter in primary or secondary category means you are already a winner. We were conducting this drone design challenge for the last 2 months. We have schools participating from Bahrain, from Oman, from UAE and India. I would also like to thank all the schools who have participated in this challenge and all the students who have put this effort to put together beautifully designed drones and showcase it to our judges. And I think you have another 2 minutes times to cast your vote. Please use carefully and choose your best drone design. I think now the voting is really going at a Tanya, it's going at a really good pace.
Yes. It's been fantastic to see all the designs.
And it is again going to be a tight, popular voting category.
I think everyone's trying to give you a hard decision to make, because the drones were just really fantastic. They were, as Mr. Costa said about the AutoCAD software, they were inspiring, and you can see how prepared the students have been today. So how is everyone going with the poll? We will be closing the poll shortly. And I do wish to give everyone my congratulations on completing the challenge for 2020. Now, if we do have everyone back in the room, I will hand over to our eminent judges to start our feedback process. So first, I would like to ask Dr. George Kachimi, the Director of CRID, School of Architecture and Design, Art and Design at the American University, to announce the winners from the category of the primary.
No, I think he was actually going to, category announcement is at the last end.
Oh, my
announcement.
apologies.
Yeah.
Okay, so the poll has closed now.
We would like to hear from Georges Kachami about what you think about the designs which you saw here today.
Okay, first, congratulations to everyone. And, I was really impressed and inspired. It's really, I felt, very happy that this fresh mind, young and fresh mind can really think. I feel sometimes they say we worry about the future. I really don't worry about the future after what I saw today. I mean, I could see, how innovative the kids are, and the beautiful designs and the ideas and all. So congratulations to everyone. And don't think like if you will have a winner, then you did not do well and all of that. Really, most of the designs that I saw were really inspiring and hopeful. So good luck for everyone, and thank you for having me here. And a big thank you also for the whole organization and how this has been unfolded is really good. Very well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next, thank you, Dr. Kachami. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Samaras to give some feedback from the presentations today.
First of all, it was an amazing experience. I really appreciate it, and I'm really honored to be part of it. Second, I would like to congratulate all the teachers, schools, parents, and foremost, the students. You guys have done an amazing job. I'm really, as the doctor mentioned earlier, I was really impressed and also inspired. So what I realized during all your presentations, that today I realized that we have the next generation of engineers, innovators, and entrepreneurs. So guys, congratulations. So first of all, you all are winners. You've done an amazing job. Unfortunately, some of you need to take the prize. However, you all deserve congratulations. You should be very proud. Your schools should be amazed about your presentation skills. You've done an excellent presentation. All presentations were excellent. I was also amazed about all the innovative ideas. Your ideas were amazing. Your designs were state of the art. And last but not least, it can take all your designs and your ideas can be tomorrow into actions. So to conclude that, as my previous speaker mentioned, I'm very optimistic about the future, about your future, the future that you design, the future that you're gonna imagine, design, create, and better world, and you make sure that you can make everything possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samaras. Now I would like to hand over to Bibin. We have one more comment from you, sir.
Yes. First of all, I'm so happy and proud for hosting this event, for organizing Drone Design Challenge. So I'm really, really happy to see all the kind of designs they have shown today. And let me first thank American University in Dubai and Autodesk. Without them, this event would have not been possible. Secondly, I would like to thank all the participating schools, all the parents, all the educators who are present today to witness and support the finalists. It is really an honor to host this event and really, really appreciate the time all of you have taken on a Saturday to come and be with us for the first 3 hours with us here. Now, let me also congratulate all the students. As I told you earlier, all of you are winners, but since it is a challenge, we are forced to choose some. Now, when I look at all the marks which our honorable judges have put in, there are a lot of people have come tie neck to neck. It is a very, very difficult process, and it is actually going to be a very tough job to select one among all this. So what we are going to do now is popular vote. It is pretty simple. We can actually announce the popular vote, right? So we will be announcing the popular vote for primary category and secondary category in a while, post to which we are tabulating the judges' marks which they have sent us. So we are trying to accommodate and give prizes to all the students who are present today and all the best designs. So I will take a 2 minutes break now to come back and announce the results. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vibin. So next we are going to collate the results from the presentations so we can do the results. Just to confirm, we will also be having a poll just on how the session went this time. We also will be asking, so we can improve in the future to give these challenges a better virtual online presence. We really would appreciate your feedback in this poll about the session we have run today. I would also like to say the designs and everyone's participation was exceptional. Your presentation skills were fantastic. I know there were quite a few nervous and excited challenges this morning. So give yourself a big round of applause, a pat on the back, go have a great afternoon because you all achieved something fantastic today.
Tanya, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
It was really challenging to select the best. I mean, I really had to go back and forth and change the grades, and I mean, they all did really good and very well. So for us, the judges, I mean, I can speak for myself. I don't know, about Costas, but it was really challenging for me to really figure out who has to get the highest grade.
And this is a very large compliment.
I had a really hard time, but I've been in similar competitions many times before, robotics and now. It was really tight. It was really hard. So guys, congrats.
Thank you, Costas. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So let us have our popular voting. I would request Frank to share the voting screen so that everyone can watch for yourself who is actually the winner in primary category popular voting and in secondary category popular voting. So over to you. So you have the percentage of mark here, right? And I would like Tanya to announce who is the.
Thank you, Vibin. Yes, it looks like we have a winner, a very close competition. So we have a winner in Aliyah, your escape drone at 17% of the vote. I believe you are the most popular design. So congratulations. We do, however, have some very close seconds, and I'm sure it would have only been just one vote in the difference. Well done to the Savior drone, and well done also to the Coastal Savior drone. All the ideas were fantastic. Aliyah, your presentation skills were wonderful. It was a real pleasure to watch you present. So congratulations on on winning the most popular drone design.
Yes, so Alia, congrats again for being the popular vote. I think you got 17% of voting, and there was very close to you was 14, 13, 12, 14 as well. So congrats. Thank you so much for being voted as a popular drone design.
Thank you.
Perfect. Now let us
Bravo.
move to the secondary category of popular vote.
Bravo, well done. Yes, so now we have the secondary category. Oh, it looks like it's a close one. We have, so as you can see, we have a clear winner here with the Netflix drone. How could we guess that was going to be so popular? But I do also want to say congratulations to the firefighting drone from Mohammed and also the police drone from Hassan, the group of Hassan. Fantastic. Yuvraj, well done. Congratulations. You had a really novel concept and it's a business brief that you could go out and sell instantly.
Congrats, Yuvraj Metrani, and Yuvraj Metrani represent Raffles World Academy. So congrats to Yuvraj again. It was indeed really an amazing concept, and I'm glad that the judges, the audience who was seeing the design liked your design, right? Your presentation was also equally good. So Yuvraj Matrani is the winner in the popular category in secondary.
Well done, fantastic.
So much.
Now let us we need to move towards selecting the most challenging winners. We are still in the tabulation process. What we are going to do is we'll have a first prize winner. We need to select someone from the primary and secondary category. We need to select first prize. So we'll select the first prize, and the second prize we are not going to announce now because there are multiple of second prize winners are there. So we will be only announcing the first prize, the winner in the primary and winner in the secondary category, because since it is a very close and tightly contested challenge. The second prize winners, we will take some time to come out. So we cannot do it instantly. There are a lot of deliberation we still need to do because it is more than one or two students who's going to win the second prize. So we're going to only announce right now the first winner in primary and secondary. So the first prize winner in a primary category is Mania Shabani. Congrats to Mania Shabani from GEMS Modern Academy. And can we have Mania Shabani on the screen, please? Frank?
She's on the screen, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, congrats, Mania. It was indeed a very good design, and your love for nature. We truly appreciate that. The design was awesome, and you have got the highest mark from primary category. Congrats and good job.
Thank you.
Now, we have going into the secondary category of awards. So secondary category, the award goes to Joshua Elvis Rodriguez. In secondary category, we have a winner. Joshua Elvis Rodriguez is the winner in secondary category. Frank, can we have him on the screen, please? Congrats, Joshua.
Thank you.
Can we see on your screen? Yes, you have won the most number of votes as per our judges. So you are being the winner. And we are going to hold the polls to announce the second place winner because we have a lot of neck to neck in second place winners. We will be sending you emails on this. We will be informing your school. We will be sending you emails on second, and we will also be posting it on our social media platform, our second prize winners. This was, as the judges were saying, it's a very, very closely contested challenge. we have not left with any other choice than just announcing the primary and secondary category, the first prize winner. You will get your 3D printers as your winning award courier to your home. So wait for it. All of the participants will get a certificate as well. We will be sending all the certificates of soft copy. All the finalists are all the winners. We also will be giving you different courses as some of the winners will take home some courses from us as free of cost. Some of them will be able to do some courses at a discounted price from us. That's all from us. Thank you all for joining. And once again, congrats to the most popular winners and even our primary and secondary category winner, Mania Shabani and Joshua Elvis. Thank you.